Hello everyone, and welcome to day 8 of the 31-day In the Moment cleanse. I'm Sarah Raleigh, and I get to show you another one of my snacks. My sugar-free, healthy, good-for-you snacks. And before I do that, of course, I want to talk about the power of now. And I was listening to it today, and I was practicing it in my classroom with my kids, and it's just really cool I have these like little moments where it like really has like a emphasis for me. One of the kids was like scratching this mat that I had put on the wall, and I put it up to like display their artwork, but they were like scratching it and listening to it and scratching it and listening to it. And I think a noise like that, if I was irritable and like not living in the moment and thinking of something else, and then I heard them doing that, I would have been like, oh my gosh, why are they making that noise? Like, but because I was in the moment and I was dedicated to just letting anything else that I had to do, in the future, or anything else that I had to do, or any like thoughts about the past, I was just like, I'm here with the kids now, like whatever it is that I need to do now, I'll do it, and whatever it is I need to observe, I'll observe it with the children. This is why I'm here. And it was definitely cool to like, it was like they were discovering, the noise and how they were making the noise, and kind of like that they have the power to make that noise with their hand and the motion. And by being in the now, I was able to rediscover that, kind of like relive that discovery myself, by witnessing them discovering it. And it was just a really cool, sweet moment, and I did not feel irritable at all, and I just thought it was really sweet. And of course I let them do it as long as, they wanted, and some other kids came in and joined them because they saw how much fun they were having, and they were all just like scratching this mat on the wall, like, easily entertained. I also wanted to share that feeling like in the moment, to me, kind of reminds me of when in movies, the movie is this big, situation and drama, but there's like, they have these little moments in the movies where the camera like zooms in on this one like activity, like somebody's hands or something, and the music might stop, and like let's say it zooms in on a package that somebody's gonna open, and it's like brown paper and it's tied with string, and the person's like slowly unwrapping it, and you can see like the string slowly opening, and you can hear the paper like kind of open, you can hear them opening the paper, and like that moment of like being zoomed in reminds me of what it feels like to live in the now. Like, it feels like you're just zooming in on that moment, and just for that moment, that's all that there is. And I just think it would be amazing if, my whole life experience was like that, that zoomed in. And I believe, it can be. I think it takes practice, and you're still gonna be using your past to help you, like in practical ways. You're still gonna use it, even if you're living like in the now. Like you're still going to, use past experiences to kind of predict the future and try to go, and make decisions along those lines. Like, if you knew something didn't work a certain way, you weren't going to do it again because you're like, no, I'm living in the moment. Like, that's not what it's about. Like, you can still use it for practical reasons. You're just all that mind chatter throughout the day of like being worried about what this person thinks, and being worried about meeting this expectation of this person, and worry, and then just replaying those old tapes of scenarios that you felt uncomfortable with. It's quieting that part down and just identifying with your soul, and your soul as the witness of whatever your mind is saying. And if, you know, I'm really practicing. It's kind of like a meditation that you're doing all the time. And when you're doing a meditation, you're focusing on like one thing, and then when your thoughts start to drift in, the key is, and the trick is, that the part that you really work at and get good at is how you acknowledge those thoughts, and then are not hard on yourself about the thoughts popping in, and then just refocusing on, you know, if whatever it is you were meditating about. So it's kind of like a meditation, like all day. And yeah, that trick of how you know you're getting good at it is how gentle you're with yourself when your mind does drift, and you're not giving yourself a hard time and being like, gosh, I just can't do this in the now thing. It's never going to happen. What's wrong with me? Like, yeah, just being really gentle. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share about that. And so now I want to show you my snack. So it's pretty simple. I just went to Sprouts. Again, Sprouts. I guess I go there a lot. Like everything I think I've said so far has been from there. But this is just like mixed nuts. And I've got hazelnuts, I've got macadamia nuts, which are my favorite. Oh my gosh, they're so good. And I've got walnuts, and I've got blanched and shredded almonds. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm just assuming that blanched means that they took the skin off, because that's what it looks like. They look like just, they took the skin off their almond and they chopped it up. So I'm assuming that's what it means. And yeah, and there's pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds. And in Sprouts you can scoop up out of the barrels, and you have a little, you have to like put the little number, and you take them all up there. So I had a bunch of little baggies, but then I mix them all together, and then I just make these baggies on the weekend, and then throughout the week I just grab them. I also have them in a container, so whenever I need, whenever I'm like feel hungry and I want that, then we can grab it from my little container too. So that's, you know, it's very simple, and it's great to eat protein when you're combating sugar cravings. That was something that Rose Gold taught me in her program. Was when you're, a lot of times when you're craving sugar, there's like a protein deficiency, and I'm a vegetarian, so I guess that kind of makes sense for me, but you know, there's lots of ways you can get your protein. You can get it from the nuts, you can get it from the quinoa. I showed you guys a couple of videos back, the quinoa salad that I made. Quinoa is a whole protein. It's very, very good for you. And let's see, what else? I can't think of anything else, but I'm sure there's more ways to get it. That's not for meat, but of course you can eat meat, you know, if that's for you. So yeah, that is it, and I hope you guys are having a great evening, and I hope you're taking very good care of yourselves. Namaste.